Welcome students. Today we are going to learn subject Science and Technology Part 2 Standard 9th lesson Energy Flow in an Ecosystem video number 4. In previous video we have learned that energy flow in an ecosystem is one way while the flow of nutrients is cyclic. So today we are going to continue the learning how nutrients flow in cyclical way through topic biogeochemical cycle. All organisms need nutrients for their growth, which are continuously transferred from abiotic to biotic factors and again biotic to abiotic factors within an ecosystem. This results in the formation of biogeochemical cycles. Let us see how to define biogeochemical cycle. The cyclical flow of nutrients within an ecosystem is called biogeochemical cycle. The words biogeochemical cycle can be easily broken down as bio means biotic system, geo means geological components and chemical means elements which are moved through a cycle. This cycle operates continuously through the medium of the biosphere formed by the lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere as we can see in the figure. These cycles involves complex processes. Let us move forward with topic types of biogeochemical cycle. Biogeochemical cycles are basically divided into two types: gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. In gaseous cycle, an accumulation of the main abiotic gaseous nutrient material is found in the Earth's atmosphere, while in the sedimentary cycle, an accumulation of main abiotic nutrient material is found in the soil, sediment and sedimentary rocks. Examples of gaseous cycles are nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, carbon dioxide cycle and water vapor cycles, etc. While the examples of sedimentary cycles are iron cycle, calcium cycle and phosphorus cycles, etc. The gaseous cycle is a speedier cycle than the sedimentary cycle. This can be cleared from the following example. If carbon dioxide has accumulated in an area, it is quickly dispersed with the wind or absorbed by the plants. Also the speed, intensity and equilibrium. Equilibrium means balance of these cycles is getting affected due to climatic changes and human activities. Let us have a look upon some of these biogeochemical cycles in brief. The carbon cycle. The circulation and recycling of carbon from the atmosphere of living organisms and after their death back to the atmosphere is called carbon cycle. Abiotic carbon atoms are circulated and recycled into biotic form mainly through photosynthesis and respiration processes. During photosynthesis process, plants convert carbon dioxide into carbohydrates and same carbohydrates break down into energy during respiration process along with the release of carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Hence, we can say that carbon cycle is one of the important biogeochemical cycle. As you can see on the screen, in carbon cycle, all green plants use carbon dioxide and sunlight for photosynthesis. Carbon is thus stored in the plants. From plants, it goes into the herbivore animal's body, and after the death of all organisms, when their bodies are buried into the soil, that gets converted into fossil fuels made from carbon. These fossil fuels when burned again release carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Also the carbon returns to the environment through cellular respiration performed by the animals. Huge carbon content in the form of carbon dioxide is produced that is stored in the form of fossil fuels and can be extracted for various commercial and non-commercial purposes. When factories use these fuels, the carbon is again released back in the atmosphere during combustion process. In this way, carbon element is circulating in the environment through carbon cycle. Now we move ahead with the second biogeochemical cycle, that is oxygen cycle. The circulation and recycling of oxygen within the biosphere is called oxygen cycle. This biogeochemical cycle moves through the atmosphere, the lithosphere and biosphere. Oxygen is a very abundant element on our earth. It is found in the elemental form in the atmosphere to the extent of around 21%. As you can see in the figure, oxygen is released by the plants during the process of photosynthesis. Humans and other animals inhale the oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, which is again taken in by the plants. They utilize this carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis and again produces oxygen, and the cycle continues here. Also, oxygen is used up in the processes like combustion, decomposition, corrosion and rusting, etc. So this is the way how oxygen circulates in the environment. Now we are going to learn about circulation of nitrogen in the environment. The circulation and recycling of the nitrogen gas into the form of different compounds through various biotic and abiotic processes in nature is called the nitrogen cycle. It is the biogeochemical cycle by which nitrogen is converted into several other forms as it circulates through the atmosphere, terrestrial and marine ecosystems, as we can see in the figure. Nitrogen is an essential element of the life, but it is present in the free state, and therefore for its consumption by the plants it must be converted into the nitrates and nitrites or other forms of nitrogen, and that can be done in the following processes. Also, the nitrogen forms around 78% of the atmosphere. All the organisms participate in the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle includes some of the important processes like nitrogen fixation, ammonification, nitrification and denitrification. Let us learn about each in detail. The first process is nitrogen fixation, in which conversion of nitrogen into the nitrates and nitrites occurs through atmospheric, industrial and biological processes. Biological nitrogen fixation is done by nitrogen fixing bacteria like Rhizobium and Azotobacter, which are present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. The second process is ammonification, that is release of ammonia through decomposition of dead bodies and excretory waste of the organisms. The third process is nitrification, which involves conversion of ammonia into a nitrite and then into nitrate. And the last process is denitrification. The denitrifying bacteria reduce the nitrates into gaseous nitrogen and return it into the atmosphere, from where it can be recycled again to continue nitrogen cycle. Thank you.